Hello, my wonderful AJR fans out there. We have a lot to discuss today regarding the release of TMM. But before we get started, I did want to mention that I'm running another contest, and this time it's to win free merch. As I've mentioned before on this channel, I just released a new song, and in order to enter into this contest, all you have to do is make either a TikTok, YouTube short, or Instagram reel using the original audio from that song. And you can find that audio by searching for the title of the song, Out of Body by Tony Burke. If you have any questions, definitely leave a comment below and I'll get to you, but the contest goes until Halloween, so best of luck to you. All right, now we can get started with this important information about TMM, so sit back, relax, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet, and let's get into it. Now, the first thing that I wanted to bring up today was a post that AJR made literally moments before pressing record on this video. Today on October 24th, around 2 p.m. Eastern, AJR announced that they'll be releasing a music video for Yes, I'm a Mess. Now, the post itself had this image and it read, okay, we spent the last 3 weeks and a lot of money on making a music video for Yes, I'm a Mess. That turned out to not be right for the song. So all of a sudden, we decided to grab a couple cameras, go out and make a video that we liked better. It comes out tomorrow. So we're getting a music video tomorrow, as in Wednesday. Now, just a few quick things about that. I am personally a big fan of these self-made music videos, and I think it just adds to the overall wholesomeness that AJR is. But also, I'm like really curious what went wrong. Like, it takes a lot for somebody to say, no, I don't want to use this video, especially because they spent a lot of money and time on this, and obviously like delayed the release of a music video because they didn't like it. So I'm just like really curious what went wrong. And I also just really want to see that first video. And can we just spend a moment talking about this image that they released? Because it's Elmo and he's like wearing handcuffs. So I'm very intrigued about the direction of this video, and it looks like we don't have to wait much longer. All right, now I wanted to bring up another post that AJR made recently. On October 20th, they posted an image of sheet music for the unreleased song Steve's Going to London. And in it had the caption, maybe we'll let you leak this chorus yourselves. Hashtag Steve's Going to London. So of course, as soon as I saw this, I rushed to my computer and put this to music. Now, if you'd like to hear that for yourself, you can check the video right here. But this was just really exciting, not only because we got a glimpse of the chorus, but also because it sounds really good. Like, I was already pretty impressed with the songs that we've heard so far and all the teasers for the songs that we've heard so far. But this one, like, definitely makes the top of that list. The only knock on it that I've heard people express is that the lyrics are a little weird. For example, they have a line that says, Steve's going to London, Dan peed in the pool, Tom fell for his best friend's mom. So I guess before I judge the song, I'll wait to hear the whole song and have full context for it. But of course, I'd love to know your thoughts on what we've heard so far from this song. I will include the link to the song in the description below, so if you want to watch this full video, you can. And then just after, check the description and click on that for yourself. But yeah, just really excited for this one. And the next thing that I wanted to bring up is the live stream that happened on Instagram last night. Now, I don't know how I didn't hear about this ahead of time. Like, did they not mention that they were going to do this? But regardless, we have a lot to take from it, and I'm basically going to just be reading off a thread made by AJR Album on Twitter, so shout out to them. Now, first of all, it was noted that the 13th song will come out eventually, and that it was scrapped from TMM because it didn't fit the TMM mood. Which, I mean, makes a lot of sense. Speaking from experience and writing an album, I don't blame them for cutting a song specifically because it doesn't fit the vibe. It's much better to have a cohesive album than a collection of songs that you just wanted to release at a specific time. The next point I wanted to make is something we already heard about. We learned that Yes, I'm a Mess is still in the works. Apparently they haven't loved what they were filming, but also we will see it in the next few days. So yeah, I mentioned this before, but I wanted to bring it up again because this is the second known instance where they complained about the first direction of the music video for Yes, I'm a Mess. So something must have really happened. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it was a bad experience with the direction of it or the person making it or whatever, but apparently they just really didn't like it. Also, they are apparently 85% done with the conceptualization of TMM tour, which I feel like a tour was expected, but hearing that they're near completion with it is really great news. Another fact that we learned was that the song 2085 is their favorite and best finale. Now, I'm just a little hesitant about hyping up songs before they're released. And I mean, they've had such great closers in the past. So I think that I just won't be setting myself up for disappointment. So I'm just gonna set the bar a little lower than AJR is preaching. But I guess the takeaway from this is that it's comforting knowing that they at least believe it's their best finale they've ever made. Also, it looks like Turning Out Part 3 is about finding his wife, which seems to fall in line with the progression of the Turning Out trilogy. And the last thing I wanted to bring up is a song that I mentioned earlier with Steve's Going to London. It turns out that this song is going to be the song that has 6 tempo changes. Now, obviously, we were given some of the sheet music ahead of time, and that didn't have any tempo changes in it. So I'm assuming it's going to be in other places in the song. And I had an idea for where I think they might be going with this song and what I'm hoping they're going to do. And that is that maybe near the end of the song, they have this crowd chant or like a choral chant that ramps up, or every time it repeats every phrase, it just has a tempo change that increases in speed. I think that would just make a lot of sense, and it wouldn't make the song super chaotic sounding. It would just make it more exciting, like it's building up to something, and perhaps it's building up to the next song. So say we're at like 135 and the next song's at 155, then it would have several increases in tempo changes that lead to the next song and make a really cool transition. But yeah, that's everything I wanted to mention that was discussed in the live stream. I know I left out a few different things, but if there's something that really caught your attention during the live stream, definitely comment below. And now on to the final thing that I wanted to bring up today. As I'm sure you all know by now, the album has been pushed back by a week and will be released on November 10th. But I wanted to bring this up because there's a lot of speculation about why they're doing this. So I just wanted to mention some theories and just get some feedback from you guys. What do you think is the reason for them pushing this album back? So let's kind of start off by hearing the official statement that they released about pushing the album release back. They said, "Hello everyone, we wanted to let you all know that we've made the decision to shift our album back by 1 week to Friday, November 10th. In the last few days, we've had some really exciting opportunities come our way and wanted the album release to be as big and special for you as it can be. Trust us, it'll be worth the wait. The Maybe Man, now coming November 10th. So right off the bat, I just wanted to say that I've seen a little bit of negative response to this, but honestly, I just wanted to express some patience and understanding for this because it sounds like they know what they're doing and they're doing this for a good reason, but also like it's just a week. It's not like several months from now. And I totally understand the frustration because a while ago, they said they wanted to release the album early of this year and now it's late this year. So I get the frustration, but it's only a week and I'm sure there's going to be a good reason for it. So why? Why do we think that they pushed it back? Here are some theories. One theory is that there is a potential collaboration with a big artist. Now, with all the talk about the number 13 being important to the song, a lot of people are thinking that it could be even Taylor Swift. Now, I'm a little reluctant to believe that one specifically, but I mean, it's not totally out of the realm of possibilities. Another theory is that they are working on a special music video and that they are kind of just waiting to get things together and making sure it's perfect in time for the release. Now, I don't fully believe this one because I can't think of a good reason for a music video stopping you from releasing an album, but maybe it like brings the album together, or it's like an album-long music video, almost like a movie or something. But also, we're getting a new music video tomorrow. So like, how many can they pull out of their pocket and make the next one even more special? Another idea is they want to have a special performance for the release, something like an SNL appearance or some big talk show that they could just be waiting to book the perfect date for that. So maybe they wanted to perform on the 3rd, but had to push it back because they couldn't get that date. Now, as much as I like this idea, again, I can't think of how that would be so important that they would want to push the album back a week. Another theory some people are saying is that maybe it has something to do with the 13th song, of which it doesn't really sound like that's the case case since they mentioned that the 13th song was essentially scrapped. And all of these theories have a lot of valid points to them, but there's one that I wanted to save for the last one that just kind of really piqued my interest. So the idea of AJR pushing back an album a full week is very significant when talking about the lore of AJR. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there is a lyric from a song that was released on Neo Theater back in 2019. The lyric reads, "I'm kinda scared to drop this album. Let's push it back another week." Of course, with that lyric being from the song Next Up Forever, the implication is that the album being pushed back a week is intentional, not in order to catch up on some unfinished project or to have some wild performance, but that it was pushed back in reference to this song. Now, just stepping back, this idea sounds a little out there and a little wild, and I'm not totally convinced about it yet, but just looking back at their marketing so far for TMM, there have been several references to older albums. For instance, their album teaser that they released was a series of tributes to their older albums. Now again, I'm not totally convinced about this and want to know your thoughts. Do you think this could be a possibility? Another thing to think about is that in their statement, they mentioned a lot about opportunities and how they wanted to make the release as big as possible, which makes it seem like they're going to do some crazy performance or have an insane collab. So yeah, just let me know your thoughts about this in the comments. When I first thought about this theory, it just kind of gave me chills. So I was very intrigued by it. But that is everything I wanted to bring up in this video. Again, if you would like to participate in that contest, you can check out this video for more information. We have a lot of news to come with the release of TMM. So if you have not done so yet, I would encourage you to please subscribe to the channel, join the Discord server to talk more about the album, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. But thank you so very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Ba ba da ba da ba da ba ba.